I'm going to start with this primer. This is TATCHA the Silk Canvas Primer. Looks like this from inside. It has a salmon pink kind of color, and I'm gonna use the coin that it comes with to take out the product. So when I touch it, it feels like a very thick moisturizer. It does not feel silicone to me or not slippery. I would say it has that clay mask type of consistency. So I'm just gonna apply it to my cheeks, my chin, my forehead. It also has a really nice fragrance to it. To me, it smells floral. So if you like fragrance in your skincare or in your makeup, you might like it. So I'm just going to pat this primer into my skin. So as you saw, I just took a little bit and it covered my entire face, like all the areas that I wanted to cover. So you don't need a lot of it. A little bit is more than enough for your face. So I don't know if you can see, but it is accumulating a little bit around this side, and I think if you have dry patches, then it will stick to those dry patches. So make sure to moisturize your face well, because it is sticking a little bit in this area, although I did moisturize. But I have dry skin, and sometimes, you know, when I start to put on makeup, I realize that I have dry patches at certain areas. So this is, I think, one of those places, and it has stuck to that area. So I'm just gonna try to remove it. On the face also, it feels like a really thick moisturizer, nothing like your regular primer consistency, and my face feels smooth. For my foundation, I'm going to use the BECCA Skin Love Foundation, and this is in the shade Bamboo. Now in my haul video, I showed another shade which is tan, but when I tried it on my face, I felt like the undertone of it was more towards the pink side. So I went to the store and exchanged it and got the shade Bamboo. This has yellow undertones, so it suits my face better than tan. So I'm just going to shake it a little bit and take about 2 pumps of it. As you can see, it is not runny, but when you touch it, you will feel like it is very fluffy and not a thick foundation. So I am going to apply it to my face. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender and just blend it out. Okay, so I'm done applying my foundation, and I feel like this foundation looks pretty natural. I would say it has like a medium coverage. It covers most of my problem areas, but I can still see my freckles. But the finish is really good. It's very natural, and also I noticed that it did not stick to any of my dry patches, which is great. And I have tried this foundation with my fingers before, and it blends in really well with my finger. It also worked really well with a sponge. So I feel like you can also use it with multiple tools. So I'm just going to put a little more on my freckles just to see if it is buildable or not, about a drop. And then I'm going to just apply it to my freckles. And then I'm again going to take my beauty blender. So I definitely think that this is buildable, because when I applied it here and here, I can definitely see that the coverage has increased. For my concealer, I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Medium to Ginger. And to apply this concealer, I'm going to use a brush, and this is PAC 215. I really like this brush because it has a slant tip to it, if you can see. So it really gets into your corners and, you know, around your nose, around your eyes, around your mouth, all those corner areas which are hard to reach. Alright, now to blend this concealer, I'm going to use this small sponge. This is by PAC. I love the way this concealer is blending. It just blends and melts into your skin, and it does not have a very liquidy consistency, nor it is like very thick. So I feel like it is very easy to use this, and you don't have to put in a lot of effort in order to blend it. And I also love the shade. I feel like it is not neither too bright nor too dull. So I feel like this is the perfect shade for my skin tone. This is the shade Ginger. Then to contour my face, I'm going to use this Fenty Beauty matte stick in the shade Truffle, and it is your cool tone brown shade. This is what it looks like, and I have used it a couple of times before, and I just love the way it blends into the skin. It does not leave any harsh lines, or it just blends really well, so your contour looks very natural. So if you're someone who loves to contour your face but you don't want it to look very obvious, I think this will be a great product. To blend this contour stick, I like to use a stippling brush, and this is pack 370. So can you see how easily it just blends and melts into the skin, and it looks very natural. Earlier I never used to contour. I mean, I was not a big fan of contouring, but ever since I got this product, I'm really into contouring because I just love the way it blends. Now I'm going to set my under eyes, and I'm using the Cover FX Translucent Light Loose Powder. I'm really loving it because it does not dry out your under eyes, or it does not make your under eyes look very cakey. Alright, now moving to my blush, I'm going to be using this NARS liquid blush in the shade Torrid, and this is a really pretty coral color. I feel like this is your very wearable coral, so you can also use this as an everyday blush. I'm going to take this beauty blender and just blend it out. Okay, so I feel like this blush looks pretty natural. It is not very pigmented or very bright. So I think this will be a beautiful pick for an everyday wear. Now I'm going to use this Marc Jacobs Fantastic Omega Bronzer, and I'm going to apply it to the area where I contoured. For my eyebrows, I don't have a new product, so I'll be sticking with my Innisfree Eco Eyebrow Pencil in the shade 03. I really like this product. It has a spoolie at one end, so you don't need another spoolie brush when you're doing your eyebrows, and then on the other end you get your eyebrow pencil. To set my eyebrows, I'm going to use this Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade number 5. This is a really great product, especially if you are in a hurry. This not only sets your eyebrows, but it also has some color to it. So it also fills in all your sparse areas. So I think this is a very quick way to do your eyebrows if you don't have a lot of time but you still want to do your eyebrows. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette, and this is what the colors look like inside. As you can see, it has all the pretty coral shades. This color is a shimmer, and also this color is a shimmer. Rest all the shades are matte. I actually already went ahead and started doing my eyeshadow, but I didn't realize that my camera wasn't recording. So what I did was I applied this shade in my crease. Next, I'm taking this shade, which is a really pretty coral. I would say it has a mix of coral and dusty rose in it. And I'm going to take this in my crease again. Then I'm going to take the deepest shade in the whole palette, which is this brown. And I'm going to apply it to my outer corner. I'm taking a small brush like this. It is very fluffy, but it does not have that blending brush like shape. So I can go in the corners and I can blend the edges. Alright, now for my lid, I think I'm gonna use this shade. To line my eyes, I'm going to use the NYX Epic Ink Liner in the shade Black. Okay, so I decided not to go ahead with the black liner. Instead, I wanted to try out this NYX gel eyeliner in the shade Bad Blood. And this is like a really pretty burgundy shade. I don't know why this feels really hard. It feels like it has already dried out. But I just got it the other day, so I might have to use the Inglot's Duraline. Okay, so I'm back. I have my Inglot Duraline and I'm going to use just one drop of it. I feel like this is a really good product, especially if you have a lot of gel eyeliners or gel eyebrow pots, because if something dries out, you can make them pigmented or new again by just adding one little drop. I really love this color, the shade Bad Blood. I really love the way it looks. It is a beautiful burgundy shade and I have a little bit in the inner corner of my eyes, so I'm just going to remove it. For my lower waterline, I'm going to be using Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Whiskey. Let me try the pack one because I feel like this is not that pigmented. So I have this pack Longlasting Kohl pencil in the shade Coffee Brown. Yeah, so I feel like this is more pigmented than the Urban Decay one, although the Urban Decay one is way pricier than this one. Next comes the highlight, and for my highlight I'm going to use this NARS highlighter in the shade Forte de France, and this is a really pretty beautiful highlighter. It is more towards the champagne, like light champagne side, I would say, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to use a highlighting brush, something like this. This is pack 263 and it has a tapered end. It is like your really big jumbo blending brush. Apply to the high points. Wow, I really love this highlight. Wow, look at the shine. And the best part is that it has no glitter, no shimmer. This is just pure sheen. Now since I have one more highlighting powder, I'm also going to use that. And this is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder Glow. This is the Laura Mercier Glow Powder, whereas this one at the bottom is your NARS highlighter. I'm also going to use the same NARS highlighter to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone. For my mascara, I'm using this Monsieur Big Mascara from LANCôME, and this is not a new one. I've been using this for quite some time and I quite like it. Now the only thing that's left is lipstick, and for my lipstick today I'm going to be using this Too Faced Breakfast Club. It smells really good and this is a beautiful red color. Now before applying this lipstick, I'm going to line my lips using the PAC Color Lock Long Lasting Lip Liner in this shade Brown to Earth. So guys, that was me applying all the new makeup that I recently got. I just wanted to talk very briefly about all the products. I don't know how I feel about this primer because it is a very expensive one and I don't really see it doing a lot for my skin. Like, I don't know, I feel like this is just an average product. I might have to use it some more just to have like a solid opinion, but right now I think you can get away without buying it. And also I feel like it kind of accumulates on your dry patches. Also I don't see it doing anything for my pores, Um, but maybe it helped my foundation glide on well. But I have a lot of other primers that are like 1/4 or 1/5 of its price, and they also perform the same. They also do the same. They help my foundation glide on better. So then for the foundation, I feel like this is a really good one if you want a very natural finish. This is a medium coverage foundation, but it can be built up. I really love the powder, the Cover FX one. It is very, very good for under eyes, especially if you have dry under eyes. Then I am really impressed with the Fenty Beauty matte stick. I just love the way it blends, and I'm really into contouring these days, all thanks to Truffle. Again, I'm in love with this concealer, the NARS Soft Matte Concealer. It is so good. It does not crease. It blends well. It just gives you like a beautiful finish. It is very long lasting, and you can use it with a sponge, you can use it with a brush, you can also use it with your fingers. So I really love this foundation. Sorry, I really love this concealer, and I love the way it performs. I feel like this highlighter is so pretty. I just love the way my highlight looks right now. It gives such a beautiful finish without looking too chunky or too glittery. Then for the eyeshadow, I feel like these eyeshadows are really beautiful. The Coral Obsession palette by Huda Beauty, but these shadows are very soft, so they are very powdery, and there's a lot of kick up when you dip your brush in it. But otherwise these blend really beautifully. These are not patchy, very pigmented, and I love the way all the shadows blended on my skin. Moving on to this eye gel. This is by NYX Vivid Brights in the shade Bad Blood. Although the shade is really pretty, it is like your beautiful burgundy shade, but I don't know why my tub is completely dried out. I had to use my Inglot Duraline in order to line my eyes. I don't know, but I am not blaming the product. It's probably a very old batch or something. Then the Laura Mercier Glow Powder. I again love this. I also want to, set my entire face with this one. I just want to see how it looks like, if it looks very over the top, or it looks like my face is glowing from within. So I do want to try it all over my face and see how it looks. Now this bronzer is again very beautiful. It blends really well, and it is not very pigmented, so it looks pretty natural, and I love the packaging. I love the way it performs on my skin. I love the color. I love everything about this.